there's kind of a delicate dance that goes on between the architect, the owner, the contractor, those being the three primary components. But it's kind of a delicate synergy and flexibility to the whole thing. So each one has their own piece, but it's also how the three of them interact together and how they work together that really makes it work. So you can have any one is critical, but the dynamics of the three is the crux of it. So in terms of start with a simple one, you as the owner, your responsibility is to make decisions. And that might seem like a relatively simple process, but I can tell you I've lived through some projects where decisions weren't forthcoming. And that really throws a wrench in the works. So you have a responsibility to make decisions, and that's what we turn to you as the contractor and the owner, the contractor and the architect turn to you and expect to see that you can make those. Now, you need to have the information that's required and the perspective and the background, and that's what hopefully we can bring to you so you can make the decisions. But your first responsibility is to make decisions. The second one is probably pay your bills. A very simple process. You have to be willing to pay for what you're buying. That seems rather self-evident, but some people have a problem with that also. So that's your start. Now, the contractor, their responsibility is to build the building, but on a more basic level, they need to be able to get you to the right spot, money-wise. They need to be able to work with you to identify a budget, and then to keep tabs on what they're doing, so to be sure that they are on track. So they have a responsibility to stay dialed into the process and to know where you're going, not only in terms of budget, but also in terms of time, as an example. And even one other step beyond that is, even in terms of possible roadblocks that might occur. So in the industry, we say that the contractor is responsible for means and methods. And so that means that he has the responsibility to figure out how to do it. As architects, we say we want this and we want that, but the contractor has the responsibility to figure out how you actually physically do it. And so that's his job. So that's what he's bringing to the mix. And then going back to the architect, finally, the architect is the one that's trying to, on the most basic level, he's trying to take your ideas, your vision, your thoughts that are locked up in your little noggin and get it down on a piece of paper. Okay, so he's kind of playing a job as a mind reader. And we need to get into your mind and know where you're going, and then we translate that into drawings. But having done that, we also have a responsibility to be sure that what you're dreaming is based in reality. So we can't be leading you down the primrose path. We have to be sure that you're on target, and we have a responsibility to do that. And so if we get off track, then we're doing everybody a disservice. And in truth, it's a disservice to myself as an architect if I don't do that, and it's a disservice to the contractor. So we have a responsibility to get you there. So, all these things all mesh together, and it's a dance of responsibility, a dance of being responsive to people, and to anticipate where you're going, trying to see where you're going before you get there. Because what we're trying to do here, once again, is avoid the infamous surprises that might get you there. So if you can get all these three people on the same page, working together and sharing responsibilities and sharing the process, then you can get to the other side. If anybody gets into the process of grandstanding or feels like they own all the decisions or own all the insight, then you've got yourself a mix and a mess, and what you don't want to have. So, but with three of them working together, you should be on the right page.